Real quickly before we begin, I want to thank this video's sponsor, CarMarshal.com. CarMarshal.com can save you lots of money on buying used or new vehicles, cars, trucks, school buses. If you want to save money, I'll have a link in the description down below. I know I'm going to
From Tom Lewis Mail to tomlewis179@gmail.com. Sent, Sunday, May 20th, 2018, 9:04 p.m. To Pam Davis P. Davis at cityofpuntagordafl.com. Subject, Complaint 3 of 12. Chief Pam Davis. I remain very disappointed that you have refused to initiate an investigation into members of your command staff. I would have preferred to work with you for the betterment of the city of Punta Gorda. However, as I continue to organize additional information, I am not confident that you will take action. Therefore, I am sending the attached to the Federal Bureau of Investigation for their review and investigation. I am simply forwarding this to you as a courtesy. I am hopeful that you will change course and partner with me in ensuring the citizens of Punta Gorda are afforded the complete transparency they deserve. Tom Lewis, former Punta Gorda Chief of Police, Federal Bureau of Investigation, Public Corruption Division, 5525 West Gray Street, Tampa, Florida 33609. To the Federal Bureau of Investigation. This is a formal request for the FBI to investigate matters of public corruption against the city of Punta Gorda and the Punta Gorda Police Department surrounding events that occurred on and after August 9, 2016. Please find the matter detailed in the attached document. As a graduate of the 243rd session of the FBI National Academy in Quantico, Virginia, I am hopeful that you will investigate my concerns and take the action needed in order to restore the public's trust in Punta Gorda, Florida. I thank you in advance for your time and consideration. Respectfully submitted. /s/ Thomas P. Lewis, former Chief of Police, Punta Gorda, Florida. On August 9, 2016, a tragic accident occurred at the Punta Gorda Police Department in which a citizen was unintentionally shot by a police officer during a public demonstration. The accident occurred during a citizen participation shoot-on-shoot scenario, which was brought to the agency by a former chief of police and modeled after a scenario portrayed by the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, in Arizona. The citizen, Mary Knowlton, died from her wounds. I was the chief of police at the time of the incident. Immediately following the incident, I requested the Florida Department of Law Enforcement to investigate the officer-involved accidental shooting. They subsequently responded to the scene, the Punta Gorda Police Department at 1410 Tamiami Trail, Punta Gorda, Florida 33950, and conducted an investigation. After many months, their investigation concluded that no probable cause existed for any criminal charges as stated by Special Agent in Charge, SAC, John Burke in a meeting with myself, City Manager Howard Kunnick, Lieutenant Katie Heck and Lieutenant Terry Cochran, as well as Assistant Special Agent in Charge Vaden, Shane, Pollard. However, SAC Burke explained that the State Attorney's Office was reviewing their, FDLE's, report. On February 22, 2017, Officer Lico L., the officer that shot Ms. Knowlton, was charged by the State Attorney's Office with manslaughter by culpable negligence, and I was charged by the State Attorney's Office with culpable negligence, a misdemeanor. I was subsequently acquitted by a jury on June 29, 2017. Subsequent to my criminal trial, Officer Lico L.'s criminal charges remain resolved. Punta Gorda City Manager Howard Kunnick initiated an internal affairs investigation into the circumstances that lead to the tragic outcome. He named Lieutenant Terry Cochran as the lead investigator, to be joined by the City of Punta Gorda's labor attorney, Brian Koji, as a second investigator. City Manager Howard Kunnick, in an effort to mitigate public perception, as he was planning to accept an employment contract for himself, made an agreement with and subsequently paid Lieutenant Terry Cochran to author a false investigative narrative to cover up employee involvement and employee-committed crimes. 2 other employees were provided taxpayer-funded monetary payoffs by City Manager Howard Koenig for their roles in the cover-up of wrongdoing by public employees. In addition, Howard Koenig paid, with taxpayer money, an outside public relations firm to assist in mitigating public perception by covering up wrongdoing by public employees. The investigation. The shoot-don't-shoot scenario was first brought to the Punta Gorda Police Department by then Chief of Police Albert A. Butch Arenal after viewing a video of the scenarios by the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. The scenarios were to be done without live ammunition, preferably using simunitions firearms and ammunition. Planning meetings were held to facilitate a safe and enjoyable experience for any potential participants. The first time the scenarios were conducted for the public, in Punta Gorda, Florida, is believed to be on April 30, 2015 for a Charlotte County Chamber of Commerce group, Leadership Charlotte. Aside from the initial time and prior to the tragic event on August 9, 2016, there were at least 3 additional times that the citizen participation scenarios were conducted at the Punta Gorda Police Department, February 11, 2016, March 22, 2016 and May 3, 2016. Each one of the citizen participation scenarios was preceded by a number of organizational meetings to assign employee roles as well as discuss any policy or safety issues, which included Captain Jason Chisquini and Lieutenant Terry Cochran. These meetings are evidenced by accepted electronic Outlook calendar invites with embedded event itineraries, available upon request. As these meetings were attended by the Punta Gorda Police Department administration and other staff, at no time did any member of the Punta Gorda Police Department bring a safety issue to my attention. In addition, all of the actual events that included the shoot-don't-shoot scenarios were attended by the members of the Punta Gorda Police Department administration and staff, to include Lieutenant Terry Cochran and Captain Jason Chisquini. At no time did any member of the Punta Gorda Police Department bring a safety issue to my attention. As part of my assigned duties as the former captain and operations commander of the Punta Gorda Police Department, I disciplined Lieutenant Terry Cochran for inadequate job performance by transferring him from his position as the criminal investigations supervisor back to a road patrol function. It was widely known that Terry was angry over the move. This move occurred with the full knowledge of City Manager Howard Koenig. Regardless of this known conflict of interest, City Manager Howard Koenig selected Terry Cochran to conduct the internal affairs investigation into the accidental shooting of Mary Knowlton. As part of the internal affairs investigation, Lieutenant Terry Cochran was tasked with interviewing all witnesses and gathering all facts related to internal policy violations and/or any other circumstances that lead to the tragic death of Mary Knowlton. Although many sworn police officer witnesses, police department civilian witnesses and civilian witnesses were not interviewed in an effort to form a false narrative, the following individuals represent just 3 of the witnesses that were not interviewed as part of the investigation. 1 sworn police, former Chief of Police Albert A. Butch Arenal, the Chief of Police that brought the scenarios to Punta Gorda. He would have been able to dispute many of the false findings on how the scenarios were developed and he was never interviewed. 2 police civilian, accreditation manager Gloria Sepanik, an employee that attended every planning meeting and event that was held. She would have been able to testify as to who was at each of the planning meetings and events. She was never interviewed, and 3 civilian, Don Royston, he was present during the safety briefing to Mary Knowlton and was never interviewed. The reason that these individuals and others were not interviewed as part of an investigation into the death of a civilian is because they would have provided information contrary to the false narrative being sought by City Manager Howard Koenig and Lieutenant Terry Cochran. It was learned that during the initial investigation by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, Captain Jason Chisquini provided false testimony that was refuted by video evidence as it relates to his actions directly following the shooting. It was also learned that he falsely mitigated his involvement in the planning of the shoot-don't-shoot scenarios. It was also learned that Captain Jason Chisquini committed perjury during his sworn testimony at my criminal trial. Lieutenant Terry Cochran, who was tasked with reviewing all of the testimony, FDLE testimony and testimony during my criminal trial, knew of the contrary testimony of Captain Jason Czeschini and intentionally covered up this fact as he was paid to do so by City Manager Howard Koenig. Regarding this specific item, I have since filed a complaint with Chief Pam Davis of the Punta Gorda Police Department regarding those facts. She has subsequently requested the Florida Department of Law Enforcement to investigate the matter. That investigation is ongoing. Another task assigned to Lieutenant Terry Cochran was to review the video evidence. There was a video of the events that unfolded leading up to and including the shooting death of Mary Knowlton. Lieutenant Terry Cochran reviewed the video as part of the investigation and discovered that his friend, Lieutenant Norman Nara, also of the Punta Gorda Police Department, failed to address then Officer Lee Coel's, officer that shot Mary Knowlton, reckless handling of the same firearm that killed Mary Knowlton. He intentionally covered up this fact, never raising it in the investigation as he was paid by City Manager Howard Koenig to do so. The following is an outline of the illegal and unethical payments as described above that City Manager Howard Koenig paid to Lieutenant Terry Cochran, Captain Jason Czeschini and now Interim Captain Norman Nara in an effort to conspire together to create a false narrative to the public in an effort to mitigate public perception of inadequate management as a result of the death of Mary Knowlton. Howard Koenig, in his capacity as the City of Punta Gorda City Manager, did provide Lieutenant Terry Cochran a monetary raise, titling the reason as on-call pay. This pay, amounting to $5,850 annually and approved on September 8, 2016, retroactive to July 1, 2016, is outside of and contrary to a written agreement between the City of Punta Gorda, Howard Koenig, and the Southwest Florida Police Benevolent Association for the dissolution of a police union years earlier. Monetary calculations during the agreement for the dissolution of the police union, which included Lieutenant Terry Cochran, included overtime and on-call issues. Lieutenant Terry Cochran privately negotiated this additional money directly with City Manager Howard Koenig after the death of the citizen, knowing that he would be assigned to investigate the matter. Lieutenant Terry Cochran was afforded this money, which no other employee in a supervisory capacity gets, to unethically and illegally steer the investigation in a certain direction. On September 26, 2016, Jason Czeschini received a scheduled annual merit increase, raising his salary from $84,614.40 to $87,152. On February 23, 2017, Jason Czeschini was appointed, by City Manager Howard Koenig, into the interim chief of police role following me being placed on administrative leave with pay. The appointment to interim chief of police raised Jason Czeschini's salary to $91,520. Per the City of Punta Gorda's personnel rules and regulations, this pay increase is structured to dissolve once Jason Czeschini is no longer in the role of interim chief of police. On September 25, 2017, Interim Chief Jason Czeschini received a scheduled annual merit increase to $94,265. In January 2018, City Manager Howard Koenig hired Pamela Davis to fill the role of Chief of Police, at which time Jason Czeschini was reassigned to the lower rank of Captain. Per the City of Punta Gorda's personnel rules and regulations, Jason Czeschini's pay increase of $4,368 should have been taken from his salary. Not $1 was taken from him, although he fills a lesser rank with much less responsibility and against the City Manager Howard Koenig's and the City of Punta Gorda's policy. Jason Czeschini was able to keep his monetary raise against the City of Punta Gorda personnel rules and regulations as a payoff from City Manager Howard Koenig. On September 29, 2016, Norman Nara received a scheduled annual merit increase, raising his salary to $64,799.28. On June 2, 2017, Norman Nara received a pay increase for his role, appointed by Interim Chief of Police Jason Czeschini, as the Interim Captain of Operations, raising his salary to $68,036.80. On September 25, 2017, Norman Nara received a scheduled annual merit increase, raising his salary to $70,075.20. On November 6, 2017, City Manager Howard Koenig provided interim captain Norman Nara a second pay increase for his role as interim captain, raising his salary to $79,996.80. This second pay increase of an additional $9,921.60 for the interim role is against City Manager Howard Koenig's and the City of Punta Gorda's policy. Norman Nara was able to keep his monetary raise against the City of Punta Gorda personnel rules and regulations as a payoff from City Manager Howard Koenig. In addition to conspiring with the above individuals, City Manager Howard Koenig hired an outside consultant, Sandy Porta from Bulldog Strategies Group. Initially, it was explained to me and the public that Sandy was hired to handle media inquiries and to consult the city on public image matters. She was paid by Howard Koenig through the city's budget, tax-funded dollars. However, her role quickly changed. The Bulldog Strategies Group representative, on behalf of City Manager Howard Koenig, continued to instruct me during the time frame in which I was placed on administrative leave as well as during the criminal trial and subsequent administrative investigation. Not only would Sandy Porta question me, on behalf of City Manager Howard Koenig, she also provided instruction on behalf of Howard Koenig, not to speak about the incident or reveal known facts that would potentially influence the outcome of the administrative investigation. This instruction was always followed with a verbal promise, given to me on behalf of City Manager Howard Koenig, that my cooperation would ensure that my employment position as Chief of Police would be maintained. To further support this fact, Sandy Porta privately met with me at my home on at least 2 occasions and verbally provided guidance from City Manager Howard Koenig on what to say and what not to say. Sandy Porta also provided me, on behalf of City Manager Howard Koenig, advance copies of investigative documents from the State Attorney's Office in an effort to ensure that I understood that the city manager's promises, provided through her, were sincere. Sandy Porta placed numerous phone calls to me, relaying that City Manager Howard Koenig preferred phone calls and personal meetings to avoid the production of public records, advising me on how to act and what to say during the administrative investigation/process. To further support this fact, Sandy Porta, acting on behalf of City Manager Howard Koenig, created, updated, and maintained a Facebook page and an online fundraising web page for me in order to control the public message and what I would state publicly. There are a significant number of witnesses to these facts as well as captured written communications, etc. Howard Koenig, in his capacity as the City of Punta Gorda City Manager, did pay Bulldog Strategies Group, Sandy Porta, to perform all of the mentioned acts. According to the City of Punta Gorda, the amount that Howard paid her was $8,486.28. On May 13, 2018, I filed a complaint with Punta Gorda Chief of Police Pam Davis related to the circumstances surrounding Lieutenant Norman Nara and the subsequent cover-up by Lieutenant Terry Cochran. Subsequent email communications revealed that Chief Davis was refusing to initiate an investigation into my complaint. I am deeply concerned that although I provided video evidence of possible criminal actions of a cover-up, that my complaints are against members of Chief Davis' administration and that is impacting her decisions, or she may not be in a position to act as she works directly for City Manager Howard Koenig. I also fear that after whistleblowing on Captain Jason Chisquini, she is treating my complaints differently than others. I confirmed, through a public records request on May 18, 2018, that the Punta Gorda Police Department is refusing to investigate my criminal allegations. I am requesting that the Federal Bureau of Investigation investigate these matters of public corruption. Be rest assured that I have additional information to provide and will provide such information as your request. Sincerely, Thomas P. Lewis, former Chief of Police, Punta Gorda, Florida.